Hello, welcome to Krystle's Corner. I'm going to show you the tools that I use every day to make figurines. I'm going to make 2 figurines today, and I'm just going to show you what I like to use. So what you should do when you are doing anything cake related is to set up your area and have it nice and clean and ready to go. That's really important because if you are in a messy environment, your cake or your figurines are probably gonna show that. So you just want to have it nice and organized so it's a lot less hectic, and then you can really work a lot more effectively. So I like to put out all the things I'm going to be using, but I know if I need anything additional, I can get it, you know, it's within my reach. But these are the basic tools I'll be using today. So I have some Krystle out, and that's just going to help me knead the fondant or the mix, which is what these little balls are. You can't really knead fondant or Krystle on a table without it. It really does help. And then if I need to roll something out flat, I have cornstarch. So that's right here. And they'll just help it from not sticking to the table. And then to roll it, I have this rolling pin. It's a really small French rolling pin. If you have a bigger one at home, that'll also work, but this is just good for smaller pieces. I have my glue, which sounds gross. It's just water and a little bit of meringue powder. You could use just water, but the meringue powder, because of the protein in the eggs, acts as a strong bond once it's dry. So that's really handy. And then here are like the smaller hand tools that I have with me. I have a clean Exacto knife. That's just to make any cuts I need to make, whether it's like a leg, which I'm not going to cut the leg, but you know, if I needed to do that, or a piece of clothing, you know, for the figurines, I have this. This is called a pencil tool. It is not a pencil, but that's just what we call it. Basically, it's good to make like little tiny holes with the tip. I can ruffle things if I need to by just going like this. And I use it to put on the whites of the eyes. So it's like really tiny. So this is super easy or super handy to use. This is a ball tool. There's 2 sides of it. And what it helps me to do, say if I'm making a head, let me start making a head. Alright, so I got my basic head shape. So what this does is it helps to create divots in the fondant that aren't like just really extreme looking holes. It also allows us to cup flowers, which for another flower video we can show you that. But it's pretty versatile. So I'm going to go in with the ball tool, and very lightly I'm pressing in where the eyes would be. And I just go back and forth like so. And then I can go in with a smaller tool and make it a little bit deeper if I really wanted to. And I just kind of do a gradual smoothing out of the area. So like that. Ball tool. I call this the smile tool, which sounds bad. I shouldn't call it that. In my mind I call it that, but I shouldn't say it out loud. It's this tool. It allows us to do indents that aren't that don't look so like mechanical and like precise. It's like a bit more softer and rounded. And I use it to make mouths on figurines. And I specifically like this black one that we have because I just like I'm very particular about the tips of the tool. So I'm going to go in and underneath the eyes make a mouth. And then I go back in with the bigger side and just kind of round it out a little bit. So I flip between the two sides a lot. So it's good to have a tool that has both. It just makes it easier. So you're not holding two tools, you're just holding one. And I put in little like dimple-y things. Like that. And then this last tool, this one is also really versatile. We just call it the orange tool because it's orange. And it allows us to create creases using this side, or this side to create like hair or fur, just like texture. So I'll make the pants of the other figurine. Okay, so I have pants. I'm gonna just kind of add like a crease in the pants. I'm using my fingers. Your fingers are also a good tool. You just have to make it look like it's not fingerprinted, and obviously have nice clean hands. Wash your hands quite often. All right. So now I will use the orange tool, and I'm going to put some creases like near where the knee would be in the pants, and maybe a few on the bottom. So that way it looks more realistic. It really just like all these tools, not only to shape things, but it helps to create those little details that make your figurine look not just like a blob, but it has some like, you know, lifelike qualities to it. And then I'll just show you briefly the other side of it. I won't be using it right now, but it just creates this nice texture. You can overlap it. So this could be, you know, hair, fur, even like a tree trunk or something, or bark. You can do lots of different things. So these are my tools, and this is my corner. Bye! If you like this video, we have a bunch of other videos like this, so don't forget to subscribe, and we're coming out with new stuff every week.